So time has come to take a look at the Casio pocket computer from the early 80s, the PB-410. This is one of three models introduced about the same time: the PB-410, the FX-720p and the FX-820p. All three models had their distinctive features. This was the pocket computer. The FX series was the more functional calculators. The one I got is in very good condition, and to spare us all some time, I thought I'd start off by taking it apart. It needed new batteries anyway, so here we are. The batteries are two 2032s, and they're easily replaced. Unfortunately, there has been a bit of leakage from a battery earlier on here, so I'm opening it up completely to be able to clean it up. When we try to separate the boards, it's been held back with this cable running to the not so loud speaker, the beeper more likely. Here we can also see the leakage that I will take care of later. You also see the connectors to the switch that controls the memory card. The CPU we don't know much about. It appears to be an LSI circuit, a custom made for Casio by Hitachi at the time. And I think it could be the same type of CPU that we also find in the Casio FX-4000p calculator. Here I had a small loose cable. I have no clue what it's for. I think it's a power, so it's plus voltage on it, and it doesn't seem to have come loose from anything, so I'm just leaving it where it is. It runs fine without it, so I think it's probably from an earlier mistake. Someone has sheared it off. In general, it's in good condition. It's better on the outside than on the inside, as we understand. And with a bit of Q-tips and some cleaning agent, I was able to remove the majority of the battery leakage. This is the switch that holds the memory card in position, so it doesn't get pulled out by accident. And when you switch it over to pull out the card, it also turns off the power feed to it. Pretty nifty construction, mechanical and simple. The manuals that were accomplishing this device doesn't give us much information about it. We get to know that there are a few additional hardware add-ons that we can get for it. We can get the printer, and we can get the tape interface. And the manual clearly says, do not try to connect anything else to this device except for these two options. Unless you have the FX-820p, then you shouldn't connect anything else than the tape interface, since the FX-820p already has a built-in printer. Here you can see the 2016 battery for the memory card. I took it out just to protect it from further leakage. In general, it's a fun little device. I enjoyed it a lot. All of these are very well built. It's quite clear that they are not built to just a price at the time. They were built to a specification, and I think they had that opportunity back in the days to do something aimed towards a specific audience or customer. Of course, we want to know a bit more about the performance, so as we've done before, I punched in the Royal Retro Labs benchmark program. It was quite easy to do it, since the basic dialect on these are very forgiving, and it's a pretty good keyboard on them as well. Don't have anything to complain about that part. And here we see it works just fine with new batteries. And there we've set the contrast. It's done with a wheel on the side. And the small protecting hatch for the printer or cassette interface port. And here I list the program. The keyboard is a bit awkward to type on at first, but you get quickly used to it. And the program just worked straight away. By adding the semicolon after the print statement, it doesn't pause either. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it will pause after every printout. A bit like the Texas Instruments computer did. Oh, run is the command we put. So running, and we're starting the clock. Now we're going to speed things up a bit, since we do not want to wait the full time. These are no power horses, but they do the job. The manuals that I mentioned before, they are kind of interesting. They are not fun to read like the Sharp ones, the Sharp manuals from the same era. They are written by someone with a sense of humor. These manuals are a bit drier, but they have quite a few interesting looking programs. I'm going to try them later on. So they definitely thought about the user, and they're well written. And here we have the time. It's about 5:05, so roughly 305 seconds to do the same calculation as the Sharp 1403 needed 296 seconds for. So that's my estimate why I say it probably has a 8-bit and 768 kilohertz CPU. Sort of same performance. Size-wise, they are very similar. The Sharp display is slightly bigger, and also the footprint of it. I would guess that this Sharp that I have here is more like the 720p when it comes to functions. I haven't closely investigated that. They are definitely aimed towards the same market. I also have this other Sharp that is slightly smaller. Unfortunately, the display on that device is broken, so I can't test it any further. This one. I am always on the lookout for a replacement screen for this one, the 1246. It has a rubberized keyboard that is a lot nicer to type on, and it feels a bit more expensive than the other two models. Thanks for watching, and if you have anything to say, if you used these before or had one back in the days, please leave a comment down below. And have a great day. Oh, by the way, please subscribe if you like this kind of old tech. I have more coming up.